All I'm saying.
All right. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is having a good day or a decent day. We're going to talk about NXT. We're going to have a little bit of fun. But first, I got to do something for my husband because he's a whole weirdo and he has decided that he wants to play this game. And I need to get that straight for him with this eyeshadow or whatever. Um, so as I said, I hope everybody had a decent day today. I know it wasn't everybody's favorite day. I'm aware of that. I can understand it's been a hectic couple of days, but you know, we will bounce back. It'll be okay. We'll get better. I know it doesn't look that way now, but y'all got to have faith. Y'all got to have faith. All right. So I'm going to put the link in there in a second. All right. Give me just a little bit more. Now, I know y'all don't like Tory Lanez, but I really like that song. I really like that song. And it like popped right into my head right when I was talking. So I like that song a lot. Okay. Anywhoosies, let me put the invite in so y'all can come on in. Drive through a monkey wrench in my plan. Went downstairs, didn't grab my water. Ugh. Shout out to my members who are here. Layla, hi. How are you, hun? How are you? I hope you are doing well. Shout out to everybody else. Kayla, Nika, Kenny Ken is here. Hello, Kenny, Aaliyah. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? You went all the way downstairs and did not take my water down there.
I gotta go back down there because I realized I didn't have it when I was down there.
Janelle, Hi, how are you guys doing? I hope you had a good day. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah, you good with that?
Yeah.
Am I off the hook now?
Come on, come out. Make sure we ain't got to do the lips.
Wait, she has to have mascara. Thank you. I have to put lips on her. Making me do a lot of work
Said,
here.
forget you and your water and your Stanley cup or Yeti cup
The
or
makeup is not my
whatever
forte.
cup.
I can't with Kitty. She's a hot mess.
She wasn't drinking today, guys.
Shocker. Not even gonna front. I thought you had a couple shots today.
I sure wish I did. My drink engine light is on.
That's funny. What happened to Don? He usually be in here right now.
Mm-mm. Put that ganja down.
Some he get high and he fall asleep, child.
Which cup you want it in?
The big one. He can't help it. We
Mm-mm.
know that he can't help it. Any whoosies. If y'all mixed in NXT, I'm finna run through the gambit of what happened. It was a pretty solid show. The match card was really good, but like it I will say some things were not necessary. We finna get into what some of those things were.
That
Okay.
referee.
I mean, just some things just were not needed nor required, but they
Ow.
did it anyway. So, yay for you. Okay. Um, let's start off with the first match that we saw, which was Lola and Jada Parker. I actually really liked this match. I thought that both women did exceptional well. To have Dawn Marie there to be the ref was unnecessary.
Do you know how
She
unimportant
was
she was? They didn't give her a spotlight when she walked out for her entrance.
she just wasn't she wasn't necessary to the match, and I was very confused as to why she was there. I don't get it. I understand, she was she was a staple there. Cool. Love that for her. But at the same time, it's like, bro, like you didn't add or take away from the match, like you didn't give anything. Like Devon Dudley gave you something when he came.
Beautiful gowns.
You know what I'm
Beautiful.
saying? Like it's just like, oh, why is you here? Is the best way to explain it. It's just like, why are you here? But I ain't gonna go too hard on Don Marie. The match itself was fun
I
to watch.
will.
I'm not gonna lie. Kenny is being real messy. The match itself was fun to watch. I enjoyed the match. I thought the match was interesting. And I thought that both Lola and Jada Parker did really, really well in this match. And they complement each other beautifully. If I would like, I wish they would be a tag team rather than be adversaries. They work well as adversaries, I'm not going to lie. But as a tag team, I feel like they would be solid. Like that would really, it just would be good for them to be a tag team. But I also understand people want to do their own thing and move in their own spaces. And I can respect that. I just, oh, I see the potential of the two of them. And I really want, I want that. I want
Scared the shit out of me. Jesus.
it. So, not Tori could have done it. I mean, it wasn't that anybody else could have done it. It was just she was unnecessary. They should have just had a regular ass referee out there because she didn't add or take away from the match. And that's kind of the point, of a special guest referee. That's kind of the point. But however, whatever makes you happy.
Not happy.
So, so the next match was Javon Evans and Wesley. Now Javon and Wesley are building on their rivalry, and Wesley decided to attack. Um, what's his name, RVD, before the match could even start. He attacked him with a chair,
That's so random.
and you can take down that intensity, AJ. If you don't want it to be that bright on her, you can take it down so it's not so. You see what I mean?
Mm.
There you go. Okay, so if RVD was not out there for the majority of the match, he didn't come out until later. But I will say this, there were some little minor ticks here in this match between Wes and Javon. Some spots were not executed to their full potential. It was just the luck of the draw, though. Like little stuff, like Javon didn't really get all of a Spanish fly, but Wes would oversell it so it would look correctly. You know what I mean? It was stuff like that. So it wasn't bad. Nicole's here, y'all, by the way. It wasn't a bad matchup. It was just little ticky tacky things that was happening during their match. But overall, it was good. I want to see them wrestle either on a regular NXT show, or I want to see them go at it on a PLE where they really have time to flush out a real setup between the two of them. There's a lot of potential between Wes and Javon, and I hope that they keep this feud going even into Deadline, because I'm telling y'all, Wesley is winning Deadline. He's winning that Iron Survivor Challenge for the men. I'm telling you, I can see it.
For
Uh-oh,
sure.
we lost Nicole. She'll be back. Okay. So I'm gonna put the link in here again, just in case y'all want to come in. All right. But this match was good. Was it better than Jada and Lola's match? I won't say that, but I will say that it was a good match, and they have room to be better. But it was a good match overall.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Nah, it wasn't like spectacular. It was good. They had some really good spots. Javon was able to get off his signature move. Wes was able to do his, and you got to see everything. It was just, I think they should have went first. That's what I think. I think that they should have went first. The women should have came next. And I think that that would have worked out better in their favor rather than them coming after Jada and Lola. It kind of set them up for the woo woo a little bit. And
Mm,
it wasn't that they were like not good. It's just they weren't as good as the women's match. It just wasn't.
that's
Not
true.
to me. But it was okay because towards the end, Rob Van Dam came out there and Javon was able to pick up the W and he won. But I don't, like I said, these two are not going to be done until they have a definitive match with no distractions and it's just them and the ref and the crowd and they can really flesh out what they can do. That's how that's going to go. Um, so there were some vignettes. There were small ones. You saw that Eddie Thorpe has been trying to talk to Ava for 2 weeks now, and he's been blown off, and he doesn't like it. Look, Eddie, you're gonna have to pull a Bronson Reed here. Okay, it seems bad behavior is rewarded. Every time somebody busts at Ava office, they get whatever they want. So start tearing up
Period.
some shit.
Period. That's how I
Like
feel
I
about
don't.
life right now. Tear
I
shit
mean,
up.
fuck it up. Period. Just tear up some shit. Like I mean, Bronson Reed got the right idea. You want shit to happen, start shaking some tables because that's the only time people listen to you. They don't listen to you when you do the shit the right way. You're gonna have to start fucking shit up. Like tear up her office. Just go in there and tear that shit up.
That's right.
Be like,
Not the
bitch, do you see me
office.
now? Do you see me now, bitch? I bet you do. Shit. They had a little segment with Robert Stone because they were making the announcement about Deadline. It's supposed to be when? December 4th, AJ? Is that the
December 7th.
it's the 7th?
Yeah.
Okay. Same week. It's the 7th.
Yeah.
At this point, it's all running together, bitch. It's about to be 4 years. Every day. All right. Anyways, December 7th is Deadline. That is where they have the Iron Survivor Challenge. Next week is they're going to start qualifying matches for that because we're into the second week of November next week. So we'll be running into about 3 weeks out we'll be about 2.5 weeks out from Survivor Series, and then we'll be 1 week removed from deadline. So they got to start prepping for that shit now, which you obviously have saw with the last match that we saw. All of the women that we saw out there today are probably going to be involved in these qualifier matches some way, somehow, which is fine by me. Personally, I say put them all in the fucking match. The Iron Survivor match is big enough to have all of them in it. Put all their asses in the match. Let them all fight for it. Except for Jasmine. Her ass need to go sit down.
Who the fuck is Jasmine?
The Kardashian looking bitch.
See, I
Jasmine
didn't.
next. I knew she was gonna flop.
I've been
All
taking a
she
I
hiatus.
got
already
that
knew she
weak
was gonna
ass
flop.
Pele kick, and I hate it.
She's she was such, and I think someone commented on this last week or said something. I don't know where I saw it, and they were just like, "Well, someone has to be in there to prove themselves." And I said, "Bitch, they could have literally, my God, they could have subbed her in for fucking Nikita Lyons. That would have been
What
better." And
about Izzy though?
I
Oh
don't even
God,
like Nikita Lyons, but
They
damn,
could have picked
this
Izzy
line is
Davidson in
wild.
that group if we being honest. Izzy was
where is she at?
I don't know. Izzy was right there. They could have picked her, and she would have been a better spot. I actually enjoy watching Izzy wrestle. We won. Damn.
Well, they didn't pick her.
No, baby.
God, the Cavs is 9-0. It's got to have some sunshine in our lives here. No,
That's right.
they had a little segment with Robert Stone out there shitting on Philadelphia. He suffered a gore for his
He
bullshit.
did.
He did. He got gored by Rhino. Um, it was funny. I thought it was funny. It was cute. Then Stevie was carrying his ass in the back, which was hilarious. And like I said, Eddie Thorpe has been trying to talk to Ava for 2 weeks, and she like, look, I got shit I got to do. I'm not gonna be able to talk to you, and he ain't too happy about it. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't watched this match.
I honestly, I can't say. Oh,
What?
they finally used the updated. They Someone must have heard me because that's finally an updated render of
It's updated.
uh because
Believe-
that render last week. I said you got to be fucking kidding me. I was like, I know that render.
okay.
I I was like, I said, oh, I see y'all fucked up. Please get up. Also, speaking of renders, I really like these new ones that they're doing for NXT.
Yeah, they are really dope.
I really like them. It's like really animated. It's like very catchy,
Yeah.
like very niche, very. It's not very demure, but it's
Yeah,
very
it
cute.
is. I like the way it kind of look a little raw, look a
Yes,
little edgy. I like that.
it's also funny
No.
because I was like, I know they probably must have felt so goofy doing all these poses,
Yeah,
but they look
yeah,
great.
they look awesome. Except for
Except for
Jasmine's,
Ridge
hers look like
Holland.
she
Fuck him.
they nah dead ass. And Jasmine's look like she put too much contour on, which I'll show y'all in a minute.
Someone,
Now,
I'm
please bring
scared.
that up because someone else in there looks weird, and I never
Lola's.
remember who is
When you
it.
see Lola's, it's almost like her face is kind of sunken in a little bit, and
Yeah,
she
Oh,
has this
wow.
that real
her hair
peak.
looks good. I like how her
It
hair
looks
looks, but
great.
something with her face. I
They
wish they
shaved it
had her lift
down.
her chin up more.
I didn't like the. I think they edited her face because
Yeah,
something
which
is
they don't
giving
need to.
Photoshop. They don't like Lola's face is fine, but they slimmed it down for some reason. It's
I don't
almost
like
flat,
it.
and I don't like it. But anyways, this match happened.
Speaking of
It
Lola,
wasn't.
sorry to segue and cut in. Um, Lola's because if anyone makes wants to make themselves feel better about anything, but also Latino men are trash right now, except for Rico. Sorry. Um, Anthony Banda, if you know who he is, love him. He's gonna be my new husband. Apparently he's not married. That's just his girlfriend. So perfect. That's not my problem. But anyways,
Nicole.
his so Lola Vice's sisters. I can't remember if her boyfriend or her husband is also on the Dodgers.
Oh
and
shit.
all of those, and because I she randomly popped up, she's randomly been popping up on my For You page on TikTok like the past couple days, and I just thought, it was like, oh, it's just like a Dodgers wag, and then someone like in the comments were like, oh my god, Lola Vice is your sister, and she's like, yeah, LOL. I was like, what?
That's
But
crazy.
Lola, but to get to the point of the story, anyways, but Lola and I guess WWE gave them a shit ton of gave Lola to give to her sister a shit ton of those, those fucking team belts that they got in the
Oh.
WWE store because they won the World Series.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
Love that for them. She
I
could have just
mean,
bought a bunch
I'm
of them.
I'm good
Shit.
with anyone who beat the Yankees because the Yankees beat the Guardians, so
Facts. Big facts. I was happy for the Dodgers
I
because
said
fuck
I
the
know that's
Yankees.
fucking right. Fuck them
Period.
Yankees.
Girl,
Bums.
Me, who doesn't watch
Let's go
baseball,
back to
just
real
like,
hate.
yeah.
I
I
missed
don't
the
watch baseball
Devon.
either.
I'm
Oh, he did come out there. Yes, I
gonna
was
shoot
getting to that.
myself.
Now, this match was
I heard it
I
was
will tell
bad.
you, yeah, yeah. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't all on Bubba Ray either. To be fair, Bubba Ray wasn't bad at all. Rich Holland doesn't mesh well with a lot of people. And clearly he was out of his element in this match.
Sorry.
I don't yeah, bless you, I guess. Did you sneeze?
Yeah.
I thought she laughed, so I had to make sure you sneeze. You sneeze. So bless you. I was like, something about the way he was going was not interesting to watch. I don't even know who won the match. I have no idea because when I looked down on my phone and I looked up, there was a table they couldn't find the tables, and Devon, because there was no tables under the ring. Devon went and brought a table out, and that's how Devon came out there. And
Rich
then,
Holland pinned him apparently.
oh, Ridge Holland and them won, Jared. They
Uh,
won. Okay, so we're gonna have
Disgusting.
to suffer through Ridge Holland facing off against Trick Williams at some point.
that's right.
The same way.
I don't want to watch that.
Boo.
Duke
Tomato,
Hudson and
tomato.
fucking Andre Chase better wake their asses up and take this motherfucker out. Period.
Right.
Like y'all gonna have to do something. Shit, Duke Hudson ain't been back yet. Where the fuck is you at? Shoot.
Repackage.
Anyway, oh god. So this match happened. I mean, it shouldn't have went the way it went. Is the point, and it wasn't fun. So no, throw it away. There was another match that shouldn't have happened. Tony D'Angelo went up against Nunzio.
Don't you start. I don't like. It's not to because I hate Tony right now, but
Mm-mm.
Nunzio is a OG. I was so
I do
happy to
not
see him.
care.
I
I
was
do
so
not
happy to see
care.
him.
The only thing that made me laugh is when Tony was getting ready to slam him and he had to pray before he went
I love
Oh
him.
my god.
down.
That's terrible. You have to do all that. I'm not listening.
He was praying, child. Okay. It just didn't have to happen. They could have had a segment, but them having an actual match was unnecessary to me. But they hugged it out and talked about it afterwards. And Nunzio made it very clear that Nikita Lyon was going to go up against Rizzo next week. Which okay, what's irritating me about Nikita Lyon is not that she's a heel now. It is the fact that every time she talk, it has to come out. How do I explain it? She's not talking normal.
I feel like
Um,
I know what you're getting. I feel like she tries so hard to be sexy.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
it's
like it's
over the
like
top.
it's performative. Like she doesn't
Yeah.
ooze it. It's not. Who can I use as an
Like
example?
Lola is naturally sexy. She comes off sexy. It
You know
doesn't come
who?
across like she's trying to do it.
Yeah,
It
you
just
know who's
is.
one that I hate to say it because they got on my nerves a lot of the time. is Mandy Rose.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
She just naturally had sex appeal, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. But even when she was a heel, it was overly done. I will say that. But she could just
Yes.
be walking. She could just be walking, and you would see it. It's just something that she naturally has. Nikita is making her voice very breathy. She's talking slow, and it's like, girl, hurry the fuck up. Whatever you're trying to say, get it out, get it done. Because I'm
Hurry up
tired
and
of
count
is
to 10.
yes, like I'm tired of the horse stance every 2 seconds. You sitting like your back hurt all the time. And it's like, bitch, we don't have time. Okay. Roxanne is out here whipping ass. Okay. Cora Jade done brought her new titties back in here. She done showed your ass up in 2 matches. In 2 matches. This holder come in and wrestled her ass off. You got Julia, you got goddamn Stephanie, Zaria is here, Jordan Grace, if she stay, Lash, Jakara does surpass you. Bitch, you got a lot of work to do. We don't have time. I'm tired. Okay. We don't have time to be worrying about whether you got ass or not. Bitch, we can see it coming from down the street. Okay. If we
Yeah.
was on Mars, we can see yes. We don't need to be concerned with that.
It's not even that great.
Like, find something else to do. Please. I'm
Not for
just
not for nothing. You said like she says like her back's hurt and my back hurts right now. So I don't
It's like
know.
she walks like her back, yeah, like agree, like she walks like her back hurts. It's like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing?
thank you. That's all I'm saying. Clean it up. Clean it up and tighten up because you're getting on my motherfucking nerves. And what really irritates me is that you don't have to do all of that. You don't have to do all of that. If you was a part of the itty bitty titty committee or you didn't have no ass, then I can understand. But you got 5 times the amount of titties that most of the girls wish they had. Cora been trying to get where you at for a minute. She done upsized and downsized her titties 3
Who
times.
said, oh my God, what was it? I was listening to something and they were talking about how, what are they talking about? They were saying like the girl, like, they're like, oh yeah, X amount of girls who like grew up before our eyes, who like obviously, like, look how different they look from where they came in because they grew up, and they said one of them was like Cora J. I said Cora J doesn't look the same because she got fucking work done.
She got a
Nose,
lot of work
lips.
done.
Mm-hmm. She got
Her
the
nose
money.
was
She
the
can do whatever
nose
she
is she
want.
didn't have to get her nose done. Her nose was fine. Um, I'm all for obviously getting your titties done.
I
And
don't care about that. That
I know that sounds terrible, but
no,
especially within the industry, and I feel like obviously, like, go for it. Get your titties done. Like
no,
when
because I feel like girls like Tiffany and prior to that Cora, they didn't really have nothing going
they
on.
had none, so that's why I was like, okay, okay, go buy you some titties. Like,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying? Like I was
go buy
like,
you some
okay,
titties.
whatever
Raquel needs to
makes
go
you
buy her.
happy.
I wish Raquel would do the same thing, honestly.
She too busy wearing Texas stars on her titties. She don't want none.
Yeah,
I was like,
shut
can
the
you
fuck
Whatever
up.
please go to Dr.
the
Miami? My
mosquito bite.
God, I'm so sick
Child.
of looking at them little mosquito bites.
Mm.
You can't be an asshole and have no titties at the same
I
time.
don't see
That's
how you
crazy.
you you walking around with Liv Morgan and Liv Morgan is walking around with bigger titties than you.
Liv Morgan really don't even really have titties like that.
And
She just
she
uses
ain't
push
got
up bras.
nothing.
So both you bitches got no titties. Sick. What has wrestling come to? What has this country come to?
Girl, it was a time where getting titties was a rite of passage in
That's
wrestling,
right. That's
honey.
what I'm saying. I was like, that's why I feel like it's like a weird. I feel like that's like a weird thing that we, like, us as like a group of wrestling fans. I just feel like wrestling fans in general, like women, like that's one thing that we will always be like, you know what?
Do you? Get them titties.
You
Get them
should probably
titties,
get
girl.
those done.
Right.
Like, we're always like, we need equal. We need to make sure we have, the same amount of opportunities, blah 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 blah. But we're like,
But
you should
on the
get some
back end, you
titties.
like,
No,
girl, you
no,
need some titties. You ain't got no titties. You need to go
like, you
get you
need
some
some
titties.
work. You need to get
Judith,
some titties. This is
your titties
crazy. I
is
do not want to look at this while you're wrestling. It's boring.
your titties are not hitting. You need to go fix them. You need to go fix some titties. Okay, so they had that. And they showed throughout the show little snippets and vignettes of each of the girls. They had nice moments with them on iconic parts of Philadelphia. The team, I guess you could say the face team, they were on the steps of Philly. They had the heel team by the harbor. It was nighttime and them hoes was putting on sunglasses. Don't ask me why they was doing that. I don't
I
know.
hate people that do that.
I don't know why they did that. I don't know. But they ended up
Fucking
having this
ridiculous.
5-on-5 tag team match. Now in the back, Zaria and them was talking. They was having a conversation. Stephanie and them was telling everybody what they wanted to do and how they wanted to show people like they are. Just because they're the new girls don't mean they ain't no slouches. You know what I'm saying? And that's when Lash and Jakara showed up. And it was basically like we was over in Saudi doing our thing. And she was like, Jakara was like, well, we siding with the champs. And I'm like, girl. Okay. And so they was like, we know who gonna win. The champs gonna win. Y'all was wrong. And it was partially y'all fault why they lost in the first place. Okay. So the match was going. It was a pretty solid match for the women. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was checked out. Only because we had seen an iteration of this match with at least 4 of the women in this match at some point in the last couple of specials for NXT. Julia, Cora, Roxanne, and Stephanie have been in this style of match, and I don't want to see it anymore. As much as I love seeing them all work together, I want them to work and seek towards individuality. I need to see them fighting for that championship, win, lose, or draw. I want to see something else. And I know that at some point, some setup of these girls are going to end up in the deadline Iron Survivor Challenge, which is fine. But it just, the tag teaming thing is overload for me because I'm seeing it too much. So I had checked out of the match. It wasn't bad. It was great. I will give them their props. The girls always excel when it comes to performing. They performed exceptionally well. Quite frankly, all of the women's matches were some of the best matches of the night, if not the best match of the night. The men are the ones who undersold and didn't perform effectively today.
That's terrible.
It's the truth, unfortunately. Now, towards the end, Lash and Jakara came out there. Don't ask me why, bitch. I don't know. Because I know they're trying to reacclimate them back into NXT. Fully understand that. But it seems odd that you would come after the girls who don't have a championship that you can acquire. Right? To me, it would stand to reason that you would be going after Fallon or trying to stake your claim to Roxanne because they got championships. Y'all don't. But instead, they decided to side with the champions and come out and cause some distraction. That distraction led to Zarya accidentally spearing Jordan Grace at one point in the match. However, they were still able to pick up the win, but Jordan Grace and Zarya was looking at each other, and I know Jordan is gonna go to her and be like, "Hey, what was that shit last week? How did I end up getting speared?" Which it was obvious it was an accident. It was not intentional. Roxanne has a habit of using things to her advantage in matches. She is very, very, very ring aware. If she knows there's more than one person in there, or there's some type of distraction that she can use to her advantage, she will do that. So Roxanne used those two not being on the same page to her advantage, and that's what allowed her to almost hit the pop rocks, but it never got off. Zari is a little bit stronger and smarter, so she was able to take out Roxanne, and Roxanne suffered a pin by Zaria. So the new NXT girls are the ones who picked up the win. Next week, you're gonna have Fallon facing off against what's her name? Kaylani. Kaylani's gonna lose. I'm just gonna be honest with you. She's more than likely gonna lose. You're probably going to have Zarya face off against Jordan Grace next week, or that match is going to be planned at some point. And of course, Ridge Holland has pinned Trick Williams, so they're going to end up putting something together with that shit as well.
They should have really. Actually, no. Actually, I don't care about people's feelings anymore. Why is he still here?
All right.
You know what? This would have been so much more entertaining if it was someone like fucking Baron Corbin.
You know what? That's true.
What are we doing with
Oh,
Rich Holland in 2024, almost 2020?
I don't know, but he's not
He doesn't.
working.
He can't wrestle anybody. It's never good.
His character work is lacking as well,
It's
and
not even his character work. Like he does not like as a wrestler. Like he does not wrestle well with other fucking people.
you are right. This is true.
It's
I
not
can't
even
deny
like
that.
yes, his character is fucking boo boo. Like we all know that, but he just can't connect. God, who someone there's someone else who's like that, and it pisses me off. And everyone always tries to excuse them.
I have no
Oh my
idea.
God, it's a girl too. Mercedes. There we go.
It's Mercedes. Yeah, I
Uh,
knew it was coming. I knew it. But no, but she's right. Mercedes can't wrestle everybody either.
She can't talk either.
Well,
she can't talk. Her bodyguard can't talk. Well, her bodyguard can and shouldn't be talking about anything.
she
Um,
already did.
but Mercedes thinks that they have enough talent in AEW to have an all women show.
Stop it. Don't laugh.
I will laugh. Everything's funny now.
Nicole.
Everything is funny now, Tiff.
I can't.
The world is funny.
I can't with her. Hiram's here. Hello.
Hi, Hiram. Ew, I didn't like how that hay slid in there. That was scary. Never seen that before.
Are you high?
No. Slide it out. I don't like it. Hi, Hiram.
Okay. I forgot to put my goddamn banner up. Jesus. Okay. So I asked y'all if y'all had any Q&A questions for me today, and none of the questions y'all asked I want to answer. So
Are they all depressing?
yes.
Yeah,
And
we don't have, we're not doing that
talking
today.
about that.
Or we're gonna actually, you guys, whoever's in the chat, you have to ask a question, but it can only be funny. Don't ask
That's
me
gonna
how,
be
and
hard
don't
as
ask
hell.
anyone how they're doing today. We don't need to go into that.
I don't know. Some of them just
Not a
don't
good
got
one.
it.
If y'all got questions, you can put them in the chat. You don't have to
Don't let them
just
be
watch
Side
them.
note,
stupid questions.
did Dawn Marie look weird to y'all?
Yes.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't understand the relevancy of her
I
being
didn't
there,
understand the need. I said she's fucking somebody because there's
but
why is she there?
But it's like, where did they even find her from?
who
I
was
forgot.
she
I
be
have not.
banging?
I don't remember the last time I thought about fucking Dawn Marie.
Child, it was back in the day when her and Tori Wilson was still battling over her damn daddy. That was the last time I
That was the
ever thought
last time
about
that
Dawn
bitch was
Marie.
relevant.
That's horrible.
That was honestly, I hate to say it, but that storyline ate though.
It was so good.
That storyline ate. That was so
It
good.
was so good.
Because it was so good because you would get so mad at Tori's dad, but then you would feel bad.
Yes.
But then you would feel bad for him.
Because he was being manipulated. And
Yeah.
I was so mad at Dawn Marie because she was such a bitch. Oh my God. I wanted to slap the dog piss out of her.
That's why I work him.
That's how I knew Tori. That's how I knew Tori was a nice girl. Because if that was me, I would have shot her. Like I was just gonna get a blicky. Like I don't have time for all this.
Not a blicky. I didn't know who Dawn Marie was until a couple of weeks ago. Well, she was well before your time, babe.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have known.
You know what's gonna make you feel real old? So we were talking about something at work, and then I was like, and whatever I example I was using, and I was like, have you? And I was like, have anyone seen like the live action Mario movie? And they're like, what are you talking about?
Oh, damn.
And I was like,
Don't wait. Do you mean the old one
Yeah,
or?
the
there's
one with
only
John
one.
Leguizamo.
Oh, I don't
There's
know
only
why I
one
thought there
live
was a
action
new.
Mario movie.
The one with
That
John Leguizamo in it.
yes, that's the
Okay.
one I'm talking about. They were like had no idea that it fucking existed.
Oh my
They
god.
didn't know it existed.
No. I had one person was like,
Wow.
"Oh, I think I saw like clips of it on TikTok," and I was like, "Oh,
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm flabbergasted.
there you go."
It's a big word.
Shut up, kid.
That's a big word for elbow.
Them kissing was the plot of my beginning of watching wrestling again. Ooh, kissing.
It's a very strange way to get back to watching, but you know.
What?
I got.
Aaliyah, what you talking about? You talking about Don Marie? There's a
I
live
low
action
key need to
Mario
find.
movie.
Oh my
You know
god,
what?
hold
My
on, babe. Look it up.
recommendation for whatever they end up doing with WWE content, whether it stays on Peacock or goes to Netflix, my
Yeah.
suggestion is that they need to have a section in a hub that is broken up by storylines.
Oh yeah. No, dead ass. Where you just watch those storylines.
Yes, it's
That's fucking
literally,
smart.
it's a block and it's just like a chunk and it's just like, okay, like again, like this is a good example because I'm pretty sure there's a shit ton of TV episodes with that. So you would have that. Another storyline would be the and I just got reminded of that of when it was when the Dudleys and Team Extreme were going back and forth,
Oh yeah, that'd
and
be a
then
good
they
one.
had that weird thing with um Matt was getting weird between interactions between Jeff and Lita.
Oh
And
yeah.
it was just and it was literally because obviously we're hearing their entire conversation and it's literally just platonic, but just the way he would catch them
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
why do I
always
remember
would
this?
be
implied to Matt
sus. But then
that
he would
yeah.
always and then he would be in a sus predicament with Stacy Keebler. So just like
Yes.
everything was just so fucking sus.
Or when I like the storyline
Remember
between
this?
him and Trish Stratus. It was very cute, and I
Don't even
haven't
talk
seen
to
it
me
in a
about
long
it.
time.
That's my that's my ultimate Roman Empire is that.
Because every time you see it, it was like you were waiting for them to kiss each other. You were waiting. You were like, when are you gonna kiss her? Just fucking kiss her. You
Oh
were
the cr-
just
oh
oh my
my god,
god.
it was like screaming into the abyss with that.
It was good. It was good though. It was done. It was well done. I'll put it that way. Oh, Aaliyah answered. She said Tori and Don Marie kissing in the ring. I don't even remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Right?
When did they
That's
kiss in the
weird.
ring? I don't remember
Weird.
that.
Getting weird.
Shut up, Kenny. Shut up. When did they do that? I don't. I could see. Okay, if it was obscure or something I didn't care about, usually it went in one in year, not the other. I don't remember it. I don't. Like I saw. Oh, I saw Seth Rollins' interview on the Pivot. You should really go watch it. It's
I fell
very,
asleep
very
to it. Some of that is wild.
yeah.
I was like you's really putting using Becky's business in the
Well, I mean,
streets. She low
she
key
low
did,
key
and that
already
also
did.
took me. I feel like we never really talked about that on like
No,
anything,
because I haven't read the book all the way through yet.
but I was like, wow.
I'm gonna talk about it when I finish reading it. I gotta
Well,
read it
what
and
did
do
you
the.
do?
Well, there's
He
a
like
piece in her book where she talks about the first time they had sex. Essentially, she's talking about the first time they had sex.
You could.
And like she describes it in detail. Like she got out the shower with a towel on and basically was like, is you gonna, make good on what you've been saying these last couple of weeks?
which
It's
is
that
like
kind of,
period, Becky.
yeah. Like she was like, well, I'm out the shower. What's up? What you doing? And he was just like, oh, okay, word. Like that's how it went. In the book, is described a little better, and Seth. That's basically what he said. He was just like, she was just like, put up or shut up, which he said that's not really in her personality, so that took him back a little bit. He was just taken aback by it. But they was like, well, did you take the bait? He was like, hell yeah, I did. Like he was like, nah, I did what I had to do. I ain't even trying to front. I'm not even trying to brag.
I
I was
said
like,
that's
okay.
right.
I said, cool, whatever makes you happy. Rue's here. That's how we know you did it. So we love that for you. Anyways, they also talked about like his school. They talked about how he really got into wrestling, and they kind of like the pivot is a football based pod, but they're branching out into different sports, which I like because they have to learn about the people that they're talking to. And when you watch, like they got invited to where did they go? They went to Mania. One of them, no, they went to Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, they went to the show at the Garden.
Yeah, they went to the show at Madison Square Garden, and they said they had never been to the shows before, and it was live. It wasn't a live recording of Raw or SmackDown. It was a WWE live event, and they was all like, "This shit was crazy," and they're very excited because they're like, the tickets go on sale for Mania now. We gotta get our tickets. I was like, this shit is crazy. Okay, I ain't never seen no shit
Damn, I
like this
fucking get
before in my
those.
life.
Oh yeah, I sure did get an email like, "Oh, man, your tickets." I'm like, "Bitch, I can't afford this."
Girl, and it's the 2-day tickets. It's the 2-day package tickets that are on sale.
What makes me
So
think I can afford
they
one
had
day?
man, one of these days, girl. They had a pretty decent conversation, which I actually enjoyed listening to. I wouldn't recommend you sit and stare at the TV screen when you put the pivot on. Like I recommend you do something and play it in the background because you'll hear it better. You'll pay more attention to it. All in all, I say it was a good interview. I thought that they did a really good job. And Ryan is probably one of the best of all three of
Yeah,
them.
I'm
It's the
cold.
research he does, how he pays attention to detail, and he learned about the art of wrestling just by searching what he searched up on Seth. Because he asked him like, how do you come up with the personas of your characters? Like they named all of them. They named every single one of them that he's had. And you could tell that Seth, when he came out there, you could tell that he low-key almost went into character coming out there, which I thought was funny. Cause I was like, he had almost put his arms up like he was getting ready to start, the cackle and everything. I was like, wait. He had to kind of bring himself back. Like, okay, I'm on the podcast. I'm not I'm not in front of everybody because they brought the lights up and shit when he came out there. It's kind of like a switch for him. He's a very
They
low
did that.
key.
What else was it weird? Cody, that's what I mean, he ended up doing the whole thing, but like when Cody was on what's that fucking shoe show on YouTube?
Hmm.
Oh, the complex one, the one where they go to
Yes. Like
the
literally,
special. They did his whole
and
entrance.
they do that with like a couple wrestlers. Like he literally came
Yeah,
out, he did the fucking pound on the ground and the whoa and
he don't
the
care. Cody
smoke.
is he is a carny, as Nicole puts it. He is.
That's right. He's a prime fucking carny.
she,
Carly is crazy.
wrestling
He is
started
a
out on
carny. I would tell
the
that to
carny.
his face.
She been saying he a carny his entire career. She has no love lost for that. She will say that shit loud and proud. She don't give a shit.
It was
But she
even
ain't
funnier
lying.
because I will say this to these people's faces too.
She's not lying though. That's the point. But it was an interesting interview. If you want to hear more about him, And you'll hear some aspects about Becky. What I really thought was cool was when they talked about him, being a dad and getting married. And he was just like, after he became a dad, he realized he could kind of slow down and enjoy life more. Getting married and having a family helped him like really just enjoy what he built was the point. And I was like, sometimes something got to get you to slow down and then just take a nice breath
Sure.
and enjoy life for a second. We're going to need to be doing that. Anyways, if you want a nice distraction, I say go and listen to it. It's a good podcast to listen to. It's an hour, so it's a good piece. But I mean, they're the type of interview they're having. It's pretty mellow. It's real chill. So like I said, it's something that you could put on the TV. And if you do work from home or something like that, you can work from home and or read. You could read. If you know how to read and listen to stuff, you could do that.
Reading
It's
is
not hard.
crazy.
First of all, reading is fundamental. Okay, your ass need to be reading something. It can help you escape, child. I'm telling you. Rico make fun of me because I read my smut, but shit, you get to escape from the real world. I will do that every day. Okay,
Oh wow.
stop playing with me.
Period. Um, no, what did I read? There's this book I started reading, and it's basically like it's real messy. It's like these three siblings are all low key, or that's not even low key. They're all high key estranged,
Oh,
and their mom passed away, and so they like so one of the siblings was like at home like taking care of the mom, and then the other two like fucked off. And so they all come together like after the mom passes, they're going through everything, cleaning, blah 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 blah. So they're going through the shit. They end up playing this tape, and I don't know. I think it was original, like it was marked. It was like marked a vacation, like they took when they were kids, and their dad was still around. Well, their dad is, I think their dad is still alive, but he just like ran off, and they just don't know what happened to him. And so they're watching the video, and like the first part is like them on their vacation, and then it cuts to their parents talking and them like I guess like I think it's like their dad like killed somebody
oh my
Oh.
god,
and them like talking about like blah blah like we got to get this taken care of, like we got to hide this body, and it's like crazy, and they're just like what the fuck. And so they're trying to figure like unravel shit and like try to find their dad, like it's crazy.
that's nuts.
I'm gonna need y'all to watch Beauty in Black. That shit is fucking nuts.
I don't want to watch that. I don't hate Tyler Perry's TV shows
Oh,
because I know he
I
writes.
refuse.
He writes okay TV shows. His movies suck, but his his TV shows are pretty detailed and decent. But I just don't.
I haven't watched a Tyler Perry anything in a long ass time. The only reason I finished that whole season is because me and my friend were watching it at her house, and I was like, "Wait, this is actually pretty good."
A lot of people like I'm not like I don't get me wrong. I understand Nicole has a severe hatred for Tyler Perry, understandable, but
Mhm.
I don't. I don't. I don't like the way that he writes sometimes, and I feel like he has to expand his horizons. But people are going to support it either way. I need a break from the incessant backstabbing, bitches sleeping with everybody's man, got strippers and hoes. I need a break. I don't want to see that. I don't. And I'm okay if that is something you enjoyed. If it was a good show and it's got a lot of drama in it, love that for you. But like, God, why can't we be corporate and taking down fucking why can't we be like the bitches on the boat and the beautiful just destroying other businesses? Like why we gotta be strippers and hoes all the
That's not.
time?
That's not selling. That's why.
I'm just saying.
I love
I
when they do that in Bold and the Beautiful.
right?
I don't even know what that is.
Girl. Bold and the Beautiful it was a daytime soap opera, but
And that's
it
why I don't know what it is.
Girl, it was out when you were a kid. It was around. It's just during that time, either you were working or you recorded it or you watched it on the soap network later on in the weekend. At least our my parents did. The way they had it set up, my babysitter watched the Bold and the Beautiful every day, faithfully. Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful. She watched Days of Our Lives. I like Passions. When I was a kid, Passions was my shit.
My mom was
I
Days of Our Lives or Passions.
I loved Passions.
Had no
I
business
loved
watching
it.
that as a kid, but here we are.
Sure didn't. I was a teenager watching Passions. They
I was
had
in like
motherfucking witches on
first
there and
grade.
demons and shit.
Passions was crazy.
It was so good. I don't care.
It made
Loved it.
no fucking Passions made no sense.
Bitch, everything that was happening was because of that damn witch. She was living right next door to all of them and she was causing chaos. Pure chaos. Oh, it was so satisfying to watch her die. I don't care. Tabitha deserved to die. She did, petty bitch. Anyway, anyway, some of them hoes needed to die, but it was a whole bunch of characters on Passions that got on my nerve. Like Eve, she was a whiny ass bitch, and I don't like no whining, crying ass bitch all the time. I don't like that shit. Like stop that. Stop doing that. Get your shit together. She was a whole ass doctor and was like, people are going to find out that I was a drug addict. I'm like, girl, so who gives a shit?
Plenty of drugs to go around.
Nobody cares. Nobody cared that much. They really did not care.
For sure.
Hold on. It said after the haves and have nots, I haven't watched the Tyler Perry show. Okay, I used to watch If Loving You Is Wrong, and I will say If Loving You Is Wrong was a good. But after a while, it just gets to a point where you just like, I'm exhausted. The whole point is to watch the show. You're supposed to watch TV and get satiated somewhere. Tyler Perry don't do that. He likes you can watch his damn show, and I swear to God, you're watching it, and some shit will go down over these last 3 episodes, and it's all in the same day. Shit like somebody done died, somebody done had a whole baby to done carry the baby to full term, and they done got married. Shit like that. You done seen a whole fucking relationship unfold. Somebody done died. They done carried a baby to term and they had a wedding. All that happened in 3 episodes, and that's the same day. That's not a week's worth of shit. That's only one day.
Or somebody gets addicted to pain pills.
And then the next day,
he's magically cured.
But see, that's his sitcoms. He's horrible at writing sitcoms.
Yeah,
Horrible
He's
sitcom writer.
horrible at a lot
He's
of
horrible.
things.
He's horrible at it. No, for real. He's a terrible sitcom writer. He needs to stop writing them. I know a lot of people find them to be funny, but I do not, because he incorporates real scenarios into those sitcoms and he doesn't flush them out properly. It's very similar. His sitcoms mirror his movies, if that makes sense. The way he plans shit out for his movies, it is very rushed. It has no rhyme or reason to it. He doesn't make sure you understand what's going on. The only one he really wrote properly, that I believe he wrote properly, was Temptation, Nobody's Fool, Acrimony, because people still fight and argue about Acrimony to this day. Those are the only films that he actually wrote out and did correctly. All the rest of them, hang it up flat screen. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I know I do not want to watch Beauty in Black. I do not want to watch that show. I am not going to watch that show. I'm just not. I can't. I can't do it because I'm tired. And I love Tyler Perry. I actually like Tyler Perry. I loved his plays when I was a teenager. I watched them. I enjoyed them, but he's got to find something else to write about. And I understand that, this is where his bread and butter is. But if he leaned on other writers, he could create a show that was different. Like while Power dibbles and dabbles in the same sentiments and in the same universe, they have been able to reinvent themselves with every new book. And it's not just the same rhetoric or the same shit just being reshaped and shaken and repackaged for you. It's not the same. Bold and the Beautiful was good. It's a good show. Young and the
That's
Restless. Young
right.
and the Restless still come on, by the way. It still comes on.
It's a mess
Damn.
still.
Yeah. But it still come on. He robs you of joy. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. And Veronica used to get on my nerves. Oh, when that bitch died, let me tell you something. I had to rewind it so I could see it twice.
Yo,
Nobody
go
deserved to die
to
more than
hell.
Veronica. She deserved to die. Fuck that bitch. Hannah finally whooped her ass. I was like, you deserve that ass whooping. That was a good ass whooping too. It was good. Oh, it was satisfying. I was just hoping one day that somebody would just drag that hoe. And did. Somebody did. Hannah did. And then
Not
she blew up. She
Hannah.
got blew up in her own house. They blew her
Yeah.
ass up.
I should watch Passions as an adult now.
It's a
Girl, you're gonna
mess.
be tripping if you do. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? I tried it, Kitty. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. When I watched Passions, I was Team Teresa. And the reason why I was on Teresa's side was because that big teeth bitch that Ethan was in love with, I can never remember her name. I did not like her.
I don't remember her name, but I know it's something basic.
It I can't remember her name for nothing. But she was trying to act like, and to be fair, okay, like I'm not even trying to front. To be fair, she was with Ethan first, right? She was with him first. Teresa saw him and was like infatuated with him. It was Gwen. Her name was Gwen. Ugly bitch. Anyway, she Gwen was with Ethan first. Okay, they was like college sweethearts, and her mom was a hoe, fucking Julian. That's how she was maintaining her livelihood, was having sex with him and being his mistress. And
Love
Gwen was
that.
trying to pretend like she was the antithesis to her mother. Like she wasn't like that. She would never do that. I am in love. I'm getting married. Me and Ethan are having a family. Like blah blah blah. Meanwhile, Teresa was like, I want Ethan. He's my soulmate. She don't need to be with him. So she went after him. Ethan fell in love with Teresa organically. He did not, seek her out. He saw her, they locked eyes, and he fell in love with her the day he saw her, but he ain't never admit that. Her mom used to be a maid for the Cranes. And that's how Teresa really saw Ethan and fell in love with him. When she found out he was with Gwen, she was losing her shit, but she kept pursuing him. And Ethan low key liked her, but he had a girlfriend in Gwen, and he was in love with her, or whatever. The way that relationship progressed was Teresa was the one always doing some weirdo shit. So it was always her up in the ante. She would do shit um, like I think one of the last things she did that was absolutely crazy was she married his dad. She married his father. She drugged Ethan one night and claimed she got pregnant by him. A DNA test came out and the boy was actually his father's. She named the boy after Ethan. So his name was Little Ethan. Now you have to think, this little boy was supposed to be Ethan's little brother. Okay. But he's named after him. When you find out that Ethan is not a Crane, his mother lied, and she was in love with somebody else. When I tell you that the rabbit hole for Passions goes so fucking deep, it would take me all day to explain that shit. But just know that that's what she did. She married his father so she can get her access to the Crane fortune. Passed off little Ethan as Ethan's son. They had a DNA test done. Gwen is the one who snuck and got the DNA test done on the boy to prove that Ethan wasn't his son. She gave that shit to him as a gift for his birthday. Just put it in a box and was like, here's your gift. Happy birthday, Ethan. And he was like, it's a DNA test. And she was like, yeah, it's a gift. I'm telling you that little boy you've been, coveting isn't your son. And I was like, this bitch. How dare you? Teresa was standing there crying, about to go to pieces, and Gwen just a cheesing with all them damn teeth in her mouth. It get worse. The Eve was in love with Julian. She was black and Julian was white. He was older. Julian's father, Alistair Crane, didn't like black people. He was racist. He was homophobic. He was misogynistic. He was all the isms that you could be. That was Eve. Okay. So, I mean, he was a rapist. He was all of them. He did everything. He did everything. Yeah, he was a rapist. He was a rapist, girl.
Dirty.
When you look, the way Passions used to do dirty shit, Eve was married to a dude named TC. TC's ancestors was owned by Alistair Crane's ancestors. I swear to you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
No, for real. I can't make it up even if I wanted to. I can't. He found out that Alistair Crane's ancestor owned his family. They were brought here to serve his family specifically. And Alistair Crane straight up, they had a party at the Crane estate and everybody in town was invited. Alistair Crane shows up and walks up to TC and says, how are you doing? You finally know what it's like to live the life of luxury. I'm sure your ancestors would have felt the same way while they was out there picking my cotton. Straight up said that shit to this man's face. And I remember it because I was yelling at the TV. I was like, hell no, whoop his ass. Whoop his ass. right now. When I tell y'all Passions was on some other level bullshit, it was next level bullshit. All of this shit was being stirred up and like really turning into a massive melting pot of drama because Tabitha was a witch. She had a basement full of demons. I'm not... Her bosses was in the basement. And in order for them to stay alive, they fed off of chaos, drama, and despair. So Tabitha had to maintain the spell that would egg them on to doing these things that they were doing. Like there was the characters with Sheridan and the man she was supposed to be with, which is Teresa's older brother. They would never be able to actually be together because the spell would constantly find some kind of way to fuck them up because they was the strongest. They had the strongest love, and Tabitha found a way to keep them apart. They would always get that one little moment of happiness, and then something massive would happen, like one of them would die.
God.
It was nuts. It was nuts. But I loved it. I loved it so much. They don't do TV like that anymore because it was so much chaos. Like there was a lady named Billy, and she was in love with Teresa's older brother. Her mother used to be a whore, and now she was in she couldn't walk right, so she walked with a walker, and she would go around the house just screaming. She would just go, angels in heaven, like all the time, because she
oh my gosh. I'd be like, nurse, she's out again.
Her daughter Billy had like kidnapped Teresa's older brother. She has sexually assaulted him, got pregnant, lost the baby, and pretended like she was pregnant the whole time. when she really wasn't. She then kidnapped Sheridan's son.
Yeah, what in the fuck?
I'm telling you, kidnapped his son, kidnapped her son with Teresa's older brother, and was parading him around like that was her son. They come to find out, everybody thought Sheridan was crazy. Like that wasn't her baby. And she was telling them, like, this is my son. My son didn't die. Come to find out it was her son. The girl, Billy, then took the baby, ran off to Italy. Alistair paid for her to go to Italy so she could run off with the baby because he didn't want, his words, not mine. He didn't want a mixed child. He used another term, which I won't use, but he didn't want a mixed, he didn't want a mixed child in his family. They found Billy. Billy ended up jumping on the train tracks and killing herself in front of her son. So that was nice.
And mind you, this is probably all supposed to happen in one day.
Thank you. Thank you, Nicole. Yes. Yes, it did.
That's why it was always so out of pocket.
It all happened, and it would be like in a span of a day or two. And I kind of understood it when it would jump to different stories, but when it was like staying on the same story and they never shifted and the time was always still from that night, I'm like, we're going on 2 months now. When is the night over? It's never over. I was done. I was done. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Hold on. Where would I find it? Okay, so they do not show Passions anywhere anymore. I don't understand why they don't stream the soap operas. They stream everything else, but I guess they don't want to pay the soap opera.
I could have sworn I feel like Young and the Restless was on something.
If it is, I don't know. I don't know. I know the only one that's still running on ABC like regular time is General Hospital. Everything else is gone. So One Life to Live, All My Children, all of those shows are gone. Days of Our Lives still streams on Peacock. They've moved it to Peacock, so it does
Okay,
come
so
on
that's
every
probably
week.
what I saw.
They do stream it live on Peacock every week, so you can watch that. But I don't think they have.
Honestly, I feel like Passion should be on Amazon because I feel like everything is on Amazon.
Let me go see, because I don't think it's up there. If it is, I'm watching it tonight. I'll go to sleep watching that shit.
Apparently, it's
That's
on
what you
Hulu.
do. What?
Say less. I'm gonna go to sleep to it.
Never mind. I don't think that's it because they don't have the S at the end.
God damn it!
Not they cancel it because of low ratings. Because that
no. I would tell you why they did that, because it didn't have low ratings. What happened was, it was NBC that was shifting from. They moved the time slot. The time slot used to be at 2. They pushed it up to like 12, and they gave. They started putting in a bunch of talk shows, so you started seeing. Before, it was just before Ellen DeGeneres got hers, but Dr. Phil got added to that lineup, and his time slot got pushed up. Rachel Ray's show started shortly after that time, and they lost the ratings because they didn't keep the regular time slot that they had. And I watch Passions every single week faithfully, and I know for a fact that it had an audience, because when they moved it from NBC and they moved it to DirecTV, they had a pretty high rating for its first episode on DirecTV. So
It said it's on Plex and Google Play.
Oh, motherfucking shit. Oh, shit.
So I'll work.
That's fucking crazy. I know the theme song to that show. That's how crazy that is.
That little midget on there was just always just peak comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Whitney was a trip. Oh, she was a trip. She thought she was sleeping with her brother. She thought she had fell in love with her brother. He wasn't her brother, by the way. So she decided to check herself into a convent, and she was basically whipping herself every week, like to the point
Bro.
where the lashes were open wounds and she had infections because she said she had impure thoughts and she was trying to get rid of the impure thoughts. Yeah.
Bitch, you know what show used to gag me?
What?
Melrose Place.
Oh, oh, that was good. That
Not
was a
the
good
not
show.
that new one that they did, that old
No, the
one.
original.
The mess, they were so all the time. As the world, I want to watch As the World Turns. What is this on?
As the World Turns is still on TV.
I want
Do
to
you have
watch
any
that.
suggestions on the shows that I should watch? It depends on what you like. If you like a lot of drama and you like mess, you could watch Beauty in Black. You could also watch Sisters. You could watch The Oval. The
Watch
Ruthless is on.
Girlfriends.
Yeah, you can watch shit like that. Um, if you like more, you like your drama to be a little bit more fantasy
Ooh, this
wise.
is funny.
I don't know. House of Dragons would be a good one. The Gilded Age is on Max. You can watch The Gilded Age.
This
Netflix
shit
got
says
really
when I
Netflix
say
got really
it's
good
so.
shows.
I'm sending that to the group
I can't with you.
because
Oh,
that's
I'm
funny.
pissed. As the World Turns isn't on any streaming.
Mm.
I'm so mad about that.
As World Terms was good.
That's the one I liked.
I don't understand why they don't have the shit on Peacock. They ain't got nothing else, or they don't have nothing on the Paramount Plus. They ain't got shit going. It's like, damn, just put the shit up there. Ain't nobody else gonna watch it but those of us who love the show. Child.
Sure, for
And
sure.
some of the people got married in real life. Like Teresa, the lady who played Teresa Crane and the lady who played Fox Crane, they got married in real life and then they got a divorce. Currently, he's on a TV show now called Track. They did. They did. They got married. He, I think they had a son together, but they got married and they ended up getting a divorce. And then he now is on TV on a TV show called Tracker. And I've always liked him. He's a very attractive looking white boy.
I'm about to cause a ruckus.
I can't with you. CBS is where I watched it. You can watch I know for a fact you can watch Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful on CBS and you can watch the reruns on Paramount Plus. But I don't know if they have all of the stuff up there still. I'm
What's
not
on
sure.
Paramount Plus?
Young and the Restless
Let
and
me.
Bold and the Beautiful.
Paramount Plus, I feel like I have through Amazon. So let me go on Amazon. I told you Amazon. Amazon has the most random shit, old TV shows.
They do have a lot of old TV shows on Amazon. That's true. You can pretty much pull up anything on Amazon if you be
All of them
nice.
old, like 90s Nickelodeon shows and shit like that are all on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Like Double Dare.
Oh, Legends of the
I was
Hidden
watching.
Temple.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a minute on there. I go to sleep. I've been going to sleep every once in a while to Guts.
Oh shit, I miss Guts.
I love that show.
Damn.
I used to want to be on it so bad,
Me
so I
too.
can run, with the American flag around. Yeah.
Put it on top of that mountain, bitch.
And this day, and I
Oh,
like looking at it as an adult. I was like, they are chucking them rocks at them foam rocks in them kids' dome. Like that's
yep.
crazy.
They were. It was nuts.
Oh,
It
I've
was
been
glitter
watching my Super
exploding
Sweet 16.
everywhere.
That's what's on there
Oh
too.
shit.
You say Young and the Restless. Hold on.
That's what they said.
Young.
Not young, Jesus.
I think
Not young
everyone
Sheldon.
should go
Jesus
watch
Christ.
Terrifier 3. It's quite the
No.
experience.
No, I heard
Oh,
that
it
shit was
is.
gross. Told you it was up there. I heard that shit was gross. It ain't really scary. It's
Yo,
just
I was
gross.
in that movie theater dying the whole time.
It would. I would. It doesn't surprise me that you laughed at it.
That shit was funny. But I was also kind of drunk, so it doesn't even.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I can't with you. Oh, everybody on TikTok figured out what Norbit was and started parodying
Oh,
it. I done seen so many fucking Norbit parodies.
I'm
I'm starting to lose
so
my shit.
tired of people on TikTok acting like they just fucking discovered this brand new thing. That you know how fucking
Girl,
old Norbit is. Get the fuck out of here.
they be discovering shit, babe.
I just be like, are you fucking kidding me?
They are dead ass serious.
I'd be like, don't piss
Young and
me
the
off.
Restless
Today.
is, but you can't even watch it.
You can't watch it?
No, it keeps saying like all the. It's not available. That's so stupid.
I hate it. All right. Let's do top 5 since we have nothing else to do. I'm going to pull up some top 5 lists.
Top 5 twash.
Girl, please. Oh, okay. Let's do the top 10 best films of 2023. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, I love how the second Hunger Games is the second movie that shows up on the
That's crazy.
Fury page. Love that for us. We're a bunch of Katniss Everdeen's.
Yeah.
Fair.
The way I've never watched a single Hunger Games movie.
I've
Honestly,
seen
you
it
might
in
as well
parts.
prepare yourself.
I mean, yeah. At this point. At this point. Okay.
I would love a Hunger Games. I would get all my anger out.
Absolutely not. I'm not gonna attempt to die doing no shit for
I'm
nobody
not
else.
dying. Shit, I'm winning. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit.
You think I'm gonna lose a Hunger Games? You got me fucked up.
All right. So we're gonna do top 5. Let's do top 5 richest wrestlers in the world first.
This is easy.
Let's see. Now, let me see. This list is Vince McMahon don't fucking count. Okay, this list is rigged. Um,
Y'all think Vince might
it
get
is.
pardoned? They were talking about that online earlier. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah, because it's possible. Which that
I hope
really
that
sucks.
lady hurry up and pushes that lawsuit to start soon because things ain't looking too hot.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna show y'all the list. The list sucks. I'm just gonna show it because it's terrible. But it says I don't count Vince and Stephanie McMahon. They don't count. But the richest wrestlers in the world are Vince McMahon. He's worth about $2.5 billion. Dwayne the Rock Johnson is worth $800 million. That's fucking crazy. $800 million. Triple H is worth $250 million. Him and Stephanie worth the same amount. Interesting. John Cena is worth 80 million. Stone Cold Steve Austin is worth 30 million. Really? This list is a little weird because Stacy Keebler shouldn't even be up there. But this is from 2024. Sure. Whatever makes you happy. I'm just gonna we're gonna stop sharing that because that was not good.
Crickets.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It didn't do well. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. It's like that's not that's not what we're here for. I'm like, there's people on the roster now who are worth twice that much. I know that for sure. All right. So we're just gonna skip to SBC chat because this is getting on my nerves, and I'm not a fan. It's Wednesday, and it is time for SBC chat. It's time to live vicariously through the fools of the internet and see what they talk about. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question number one. My attractive neighbors, a real life Barbie and Ken couple, have been flirting and feeding me and my husband for a year. They did what now? Clearly they're more they're more interested in me. I've been married for 2 years, no children. Unfortunately, my husband can no longer satisfy me. I don't think I would have told people that, but okay. Maybe because I'm attracted to the couple, Barbie invited me to join their family to be a lover to both of them, polyamory. We live in the same sprawling condo building on different floors. I left my husband and moved out of our condo. My husband was devastated. The first 2 weeks with Ken and Barbie were amazing. I enjoyed myself with them. And the third week, Ken's double amputee father moved in. He lost his feet to diabetes. The
Ma'am,
sexy
you did
times.
not just laugh.
The sexy time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The sexy time stopped immediately. Kid and Barbie went on dinner dates without me. I was left behind to take care of their dad. I was the one cooking, cleaning, and wiping. Kid and Barbie didn't want me. They wanted free home health care for their dad. A few weeks later, I went back to my husband and he changed the locks. As I fumbled with my key, the door opened. It was his female coworker wearing nothing but a t-shirt. I want my husband back, but he's not willing to discuss this. Advice.
I don't even know what to say to these people because they're just so dumb.
I'm trying to understand what you expect to gain from the internet by telling them that you fumbled your own bag. It's the old adage, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. I don't know what to tell you other than that you did this to yourself. You need to, first of all, find you somewhere to stay. Because it sounds like you're outdoors. It's either that or go back to wiping Ken and Barbie's dad's ass. Okay? Because apparently he needs help with that. I mean, just because he a double amputee don't mean he don't know how to wipe his ass. I don't know. Like maybe he just need to roll over on his side and just good old. I, I don't know what to tell you other than you got to figure that shit out. You gonna have to start over and not with your husband because he don't want your ass no more, and rightfully so. You left him because you talking about he couldn't satisfy you. It's probably because you ain't got no walls. Seeing as how you run quickly to the next thing you see, I imagine it has something to do with you not having no walls. But I could be wrong. I have been known to be wrong. However, I don't think that I am. I really don't.
That's that Sag
It's messed up. I'm not a Sagittarius. I am not. All right. Question number 2. Following the rules, working multiple jobs and networking got me nowhere. That's because you don't know how to do it.
Case
I
closed.
was all nigga say it got him nowhere. I was always broke. When I found myself searching my old purses for weed money, well, that explains a lot. Just looking for weed, fucking weirdo. I found myself searching my old purses for weed money. I decided to become ruthless. The only person
Not
in my
old
orbit,
purses.
child, old purses. The only person in my orbit with money was Sonia, and she was dating an intellectual property attorney. I met with him about developing a beauty product line, and soon I was sleeping with him. I dated him hard and convinced him to help me steal and develop Sonia's brand. She has a nice skincare brand, but she's not doing anything with it. I could run it better. He charged me $500 for the filing fees, but promised to do the legal work pro bono. I gave him $500, my car note money. Stupid bitch. I bet you he ran off with the money, didn't he?
Not the money for a car.
And I launched my new social media channels to take over Sonia's brand. Long story short, he took Sonia to dinner with my money. I tried to file a complaint with the Bar Association, but he's not listed as an attorney. He's a scammer. How do I tell Sonia her boyfriend is a fraud without revealing what I did? She's my friend, and he may be scamming her too. Do you really care? Because I feel like you don't really care. You're just mad that you got played. I think Monique said it best: when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. You need to take your losses on the chin and move the fuck on. You also need to stop being her friend. Well, you're not really her friend. So you just need to stop talking to her, leave her alone. Because it's clear that she's not somebody that you want to be friends with. Yeah, you need to take this one on the chin. If you're gonna be ruthless, at least do your research so you don't get bit back in the end. I don't see how you're gonna decide you're gonna be ruthless and steal something from your friend, but not do your research into the nigga you trying to fucking steal from. You just heard he was an attorney and accepted his word for it.
Dumb bitch.
You can't be out here in these streets if you ain't gonna have no street mentality, ho. You got to fix yourself. Shit, goddamn. What's wrong with you? Can't stand a stupid bitch. Question number 3. Grand Rising family. Oh fuck.
Oh god.
It's already off to a terrible start.
I have a dilemma. First of all, I'm a quiet man. I don't like drama. Red flag. Yes, you do. I prefer to sit in my home and drink alone in the dark. Psycho. Stalker. The spirit soothes me. The darkness relaxes my nerves. You definitely are a psychopath.
Ooh, something's wrong.
My fear is dying alone and not being discovered for days.
What?
What the fuck? So I date women mainly for blowjobs and odd chores. Wow, that's crazy.
At this point, he needs to go to back pages.
I don't really think you like women. I think you might be gay.
No, I think
Okay.
you might need to be institutionalized. That's a whole.
The last 2 women left me because I prefer BJs to sex. What's wrong with not wanting sex? Well, asexual people don't want sex, so it's fine. I prefer to release quickly and drink alone in the dark. Well, you can do that by yourself. What's wrong with not showering or cleaning up? Bitch,
Wait, what did he say? I'm sorry.
what's wrong with not showering or cleaning up? What's wrong with being with yourself for 5 minutes instead of getting my parts riled up and ready to go for 20 minutes? I prefer to drink alone in the dark. My ex called me a mean alcoholic. She says I only love liquor. Maybe that's true. Maybe fuck what she thinks. How can I convince women to come over do light chores, give me a BJ, and allow me time and space to drink alone. I could probably love someone who could respect my quiet time. You could also pay somebody to do it. That's what escorts are for. Pay for the time. Because no woman is going to spend time to do no shit like this. The hell? You don't even want to wash your ass, sir.
I feel like people just type what they have to type. I look at it. And be like, yeah.
That works.
Totally.
You don't even want to wash your ass. Like, if you want to be alone, be alone. But don't drag a woman into your madness.
Be
like, I have to agree with
alone.
I have to agree with Nicole on this one. Like, you need to go and seek professional help. There's something wrong with you. You are a psychopath. Like, your whole obsession is drinking alone and getting BJs. You could pay somebody to clean your house and give you BJs. Like, you don't need to make a woman. Well, that's making a woman suffer. You are making a woman suffer by doing that. Even if you're paying her, to be honest with you. Especially when you're not washing your ass. That's nasty. Question number 4. Dewan was engaged to my younger cousin. We met at our family reunion several years ago. We fucked for months. I told him I'm a wife, not a side chick, and he left my cousin for me. Well, clearly you are a whore, not a wife. You got the words mixed up. You should have said, I'm a whore, not a side chick. That's the right word. Anyway, when we got engaged, my drama queen cousin tried to commit suicide.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at that.
Your cousin tried to commit suicide and you called her a drama queen.
Oh, that's so sad.
Why
Look
would
at
you?
This video. Look at this video.
Such a fucking bitch, bro. This has caused a huge split in my family. I married Dewan, and we have 3 kids. We were meant to be. I'm a thick woman, and I'm proud of it. I used to hit the gym 3 times a week until I twisted my ankle. For a year, I've been working from home, making little Debbie zebra cake smoothies. Bitch!
What?
That sounds
Little.
No.
so low IQ. Everything
Gail.
about this.
Low
She
vibration.
said, I've been working from home for a year, making little Debbie zebra cake smoothies, cooking butter drenched gourmet burgers, and gaining weight like a champ.
So you're trying to kill yourself. Got it.
Not you gaining weight like a champ. I own that. It's my fault. Dewan told me he's not attracted to me anymore. He asked me to go join the gym with him. I refused. I'm still the woman he married, no matter what I look like. No, you are not.
It's me, Jessica.
Right. He withheld sex, so I cut him off too. Not that he was asking for it. Girl. I bet you was fucking your cousin. Let me see. 6 months into my sex strike, I went to the gym to make amends with my husband and improve my health and appearance. I was completing the membership application when my husband, Dewan, emerged from the locker room with a younger booty-enhanced female was waiting on him. Booty-enhanced is crazy. Dewan was adjusting his print and the female was blushing like a schoolgirl in love. I shouted his name, him. What are you doing here? Lots of shouting and name calling. We were ushered outside where Dewan said, you forced me to see someone else. He has apologized. We're in counseling. Dewan says for the sake of our marriage and our kids, we shouldn't divorce, and I need to accept his decision to see other women. I believe he just opened our marriage, and I think that gives me options too, right? What to do? Fight for him or let it go? What the fuck is this?
Buddy, let's make a zebra cake milkshake.
What the fuck?
No!
That is disgusting. What is this music?
Why is it in the living room?
So many
Good
questions.
night, boys.
Ugh.
Zebra cakes are nasty.
First of all, they are delicious, but that's not
Thank
how
you
you
so
should
much
eat them.
for stopping by. Take care, and please enjoy yourself.
Get this psychopath out of my ear. That is uncomfortable.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Disturbing.
Bitch, okay, first of all, you stole your cousin's man.
How you
You
get
got
them is how you lose them.
you got fat on purpose. And then you're talking about he opened up the marriage so you can do it. Technically, yes. To answer your question, yes. You can do whatever you want, but I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be okay. Well, he don't want you.
I'm
Somebody gonna want you. But if I was you, first of all, you did all of that to get him, and now all of a sudden you are okay with letting yourself go. And like, and I don't have a problem with you being a weight that you enjoy. If you're happy at this weight, stay there. But if he doesn't love you and he's only with you for the kids, why go out and have a whole relationship while you married when you could just get a divorce? Y'all could still co-parent and take care of the kids without all this nonsense, and he can have his flavor of the month, and you can do whatever you want to do
giving Nick
legally.
Chicago.
Eh, a psychopath too, and I think that he should be banned from YouTube. There's something wrong with him. He was like, I always remain 2 steps ahead. All those videos were pre-recorded months in advance. I started working on myself. I'm like, bitch, I don't care. It's the fact that you don't have no life in your eyes when you looking at the camera. You are completely dead on the inside. There's nothing there. I don't like that. He is creepy. He's a black, it's just black eyes. There's nothing.
I need
I'm like, oh no.
Orlin, whatever the fuck he was, boyfriend, friend. I'm gonna need him to do a tell-all.
What are you gonna say? Nigga kind of was abusing him because I could believe it.
Yeah, they
I
used to be
believe
on the YouTube videos fighting.
I believe it wholeheartedly. Gonna be sitting in front of the camera. You know they always put that white backdrop up when they start saying serious shit, and they do that long pause when they get ready to start, and they just go,
They'd be like, "Hi guys."
"Hi guys, so this video has been a long time coming,
Yeah.
and
Oh my
it
god, that's
took
always
me
my favorite.
so long to finally tell you guys what's been going on with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have been suffering. Like they be so dramatic."
And then the fucking cuts in between the
For no
videos.
fucking
The jump cuts.
I'm like, bro, why are we jump cutting? And it's so long.
They had to retake it. They had to do that take again. So they gotta cut that extra
Nah, leave
shit
that
out.
shit in.
Hell no. All right, we got question number 5. My boyfriend of 4 years is rolling. His mom is a braid stylist. I paid her $600 for micro braids.
That is crazy.
$600 is wild as fuck. I got high and slept while she braided my hair. 19 hours later, 19 hours later, my braids look like baby doll hair plugs.
Wow.
It was giving Cynthia. I refused to pay her. She called Roland.
Oops,
Things went left.
sorry to interrupt, but I'm gonna get
What?
out of here. I need to go to bed.
You gotta go?
Yeah, I need to go to bed.
All right. Good night, Nicole.
Good night. Ooh, how do I turn this off? There we go.
All right, Nicole's out. We only got one more to go after this. She said, I refused to pay the lady. She called her son Roland. Things went left when he threw my bisexuality in my face. Him. I only dated you because you were bi. Well, I don't know what the fuck.
What?
The best thing you can do for me is bring another woman home. I paid his mother half the money and went home. Roland hasn't apologized. He just pretends that combo never happened. I can't forget it though. I'm trying to make a husband out of Roland, but he always brings up my bisexual past.
Oh, girl.
Okay, this one ain't that bad. The hair is crazy though. The hair is crazy. First of all, I still wouldn't have paid his mother.
I would be
I'm
in the
finna
fucking micro braids. Are you fucking kidding me?
what micro braids is some old school shit, but they coming back in style for some reason. I don't.
$600. Who's helping these people take these braids out?
$600 for micros is nuts. And she paid $300 when she could have got a good set of box braids.
I don't even want to pay the $200 these bitches be asking for.
Your hair got to be washed and blow dried before you get there. All you doing is sectioning and braiding my hair, and I'm paying you $250.
It's crazy.
Now, if the braids is down to my butt, I can understand that. 30-inch braids is wild, but girl,
I'm not giving no 200, and the braids are just going to like mid back. Sorry,
braids,
I'm not doing it. Bitch, I could have figured that shit out myself.
The braids is crazy. I wouldn't have paid that bitch nothing. So I don't know why you gave her the money, but I guess you got upset and you just wanted to get the fuck out of there. But I would have left either way. And if they didn't let me leave, I would have called the police. As y'all got to understand, when you go to get a service and the service is not provided adequately, you are well within your right to withhold payment. Okay, tell her to take the braids down. This is not what you wanted. 19 hours and you get up looking like a doll hair with plugs in it, bitch, absolutely not. 19 hours, craziness.
The way I would have crashed out and everybody just would have got beat up.
Nobody would have left unscathed. Okay? Nobody. Now, the other part is actually quite serious. This man walked up to you after you wouldn't pay his mother for the shitty work that she did on your hair. And basically was like, well, the only reason why I'm dating you is because you buy, and the best thing you could do for me is bring other women in our relationship. You have heard what this man believes and thinks of you. You should have let his ass go. I don't know why y'all will hear the red flag. You will see it. You can touch it. It's real. And you will bypass it for the sake of saying you got a man, you got a husband, and yada, yada. You would rather be in turmoil and pain and heartache with a man than to just simply work on yourself and better yourself and find the man who's supposed to be for you. There is no fucking reason for you to still be with him. Making a husband out of him for what? He does not respect you. He don't respect you. He don't give a fuck about you. All he wants to do is to be able to legitimately sleep with you and other bitches. And because you're bi, he believes that you somehow are going to be okay with it. When that's not true at all. Just because you're bisexual doesn't mean that you want to be sleeping around with any and everybody. That is a misconception. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm stupid as shit. I just saw this song. What's that song?
That's wrong. You need to drop this motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
And then he's ignoring it like he didn't say the shit. When he did, he said that shit. Like, you need to, first of all, hold his feet to the fire. And then secondly, you need to break up with him. And go get your hair done by the Africans next time. Stop going to this fucking stupid ass mom. That bitch can't braid. She can't braid. I bet you every customer that leaves her place don't want to sit there and get their hair braided, and she punk them out of money because her son come up there and threaten them. Fuck. Stop paying that hoe for money. Like, stop doing that.
That water didn't come good.
No.
All right. Last question. Question number 6. 2 years ago, I went on a date with this super nerdy guy from work because he kept offering to take me to dinner. I was hungry. He works in IT. He has money, but he's not my type. Not at all. He took me to the fancy spot. He splurged on dinner. I listened to him talk about work, but I didn't talk much. I was eating. Also, I made eye contact with a guy sitting across from us at the bar. My date went to the bathroom. The sexy guy approached me and said, join me for dessert. I left with him. Never did anything like that before. Best lay ever. The following Monday, I apologized to my coworker and told him I had an allergic reaction to dinner and had to leave. My coworker, I know where you went. He's my friend. You failed the character test. Damn.
What?
You got set up. I felt like shit, but whatever. A few months later, IT guy dates the new girl at work. Flowers on her desk, lunch deliveries, private conversations and meetings. One day we had a huge storm. I watched him fetch her car and pull the up to the front door so she didn't have to walk in the rain. He's giving her a soft life. I deserve this. He's dressing better and looking better. They had an engagement party. I wasn't invited. Wedding plans are set. Other co-workers are invited, but not me. Here's the thing. I've grown since that night we went out. And I see what a good man I could have had. How do I get him back before he gets married to this girl? He chose me first. I know he still wants me. Girl, he don't.
Delusional.
He don't. He knew what he was doing. The man was trying to see if you was going to be down for him. He knows what he is, but he also know that bitches like you exist. So he took his friend that was super fine, that a lot of girls go for, had him come to the bar, flirt with you and make eye contact with you to see if you was gonna take the bait, if you was really gonna be feeling him. You failed. You need to move on, sis. Next time, maybe at least attempt to try to listen to the man and pay attention. Because not everybody is going to be, and I hate to say this, but everybody always makes it seem like you have to have physical attraction in a relationship in order for it to start. And that's not always true. We see it every time on Catfish. People fall in love with they fall in love with an imagery, but they're actually in love with the person behind the image. If you are falling in love with what you see, then you never would really truly you wouldn't really truly be invested in that person. Everything with that person would be surface level, and you wouldn't be as hurt by the consequences of catfish if it was just about the image of the person. Clearly, that's not the case. You are being manipulated, true enough. You are being hoodwinked and swindled, as my parents will say. But at the same time, you are falling in love with the person that is created behind the image, not necessarily the image. The image is just to pull you in. The rest of it belongs to the person creating the persona. If you really took the time to sit down and listen to this guy, oftentimes what happens with guys like this is they don't really know much about other than what they know. So when you get with somebody, you usually impress off on them. They will make suggestions like, "Hey, you should wear this shirt." Or you should try this. Like most guys end up dressing better because their girlfriends are dressing them. Let's take Travis Kelsey, for example, because
Oh my
everybody
God.
always uses him as a barometer, but he's a good example of it. Never mind the fact that he grew up here in Cleveland
Traitor.
and not he a traitor. I don't care about him dating Taylor Swift. I can give less than a fuck. The man grew up in Cleveland and grew up in Cleveland Heights. So there's a certain swag that he would have had to go to school there, if I'm just being honest. Okay. It's a predominantly black school in Cleveland Heights, even though it's a suburb school, it's a predominantly black school. So he would have had to be on some Eminem type shit. Yeah. Like that's why the boy used to get fades and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Do you? But if you notice, when he was with his first couple of girlfriends, he had a particular swag. Go back and look on his Instagram. Go if you get some time, go back and just look at some of his style from back then. There was no fucking way that he was not getting suggestions from his girlfriends or from a stylist that happened to be African American, because the way he presented himself, how he acted, his personality was completely different from what it is now because he's in an entirely different environment. Now with Taylor Swift, he's moving in a different direction. So with her, he's a little bit more on the Caucasian side with his style. His hair is not as faded as it used to be. He got the handlebar beard. He still has the personality that he always had, but there's just a certain way that he's moving. And it's because of the girl that he's with. People change to fit the particular mode that they're in terms of relationships. It's not that people are changing them, it's a natural progression of things. It's how people assimilate into new lives and grow into new places and spaces. And he's a prime example of that. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just When you're with somebody different, they have different aspirations, they have different likes, wants, and needs, and you just begin to slowly change into different aspects of things that they may like because you either are trying to impress them or you actually like this particular look, and with them you feel like this is something that you can try and they won't have an issue with it. With this person, I mean, you lost out. He already sending out invitations to get married. He is not sending you signals that he wants you to stop his wedding. Bitch, you weren't even invited. You weren't invited, ma'am. Just move on or go find you another IT dude. It's a whole bunch of them niggas around here. It's a whole bunch of them. And some of them dudes fine. Like I know an
Mm.
IT dude right now that's 6'8", 250 pounds, solid, tatted up, making $150 to $200,000 a year. It's a good looking dude. I'm not even gonna lie. If I wasn't married, I'd try to go get me a piece. I'm not even gonna front.
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying. It's a whole bunch of them dudes out here. But I mean, if he get with you and you are the type of person where you make an impression upon him, he may ask you like, babe, what do you think about this? Should I go get this? And you'll make suggestions that he'll incorporate into his wardrobe, and before you know it, he'll start wearing the Jordans instead of wearing Vans. He'll start wearing turtlenecks and blazers instead of always wearing jogging suits.
Turtlenecks. Just to say
Girl,
you don't like to breathe and you like to be choked all the time.
ain't nothing wrong with a good turtleneck. Ain't nothing wrong with a good turtleneck. A good turtleneck gets you together. And that is your story. I'm just playing. That's it for SBC chat. I ain't got nothing else. Today was a very hard day, but I'm trying, y'all. I am trying. Anyways, Friday is SmackDown, and it's a lot going on because I know Kevin gonna start targeting Cody on Friday. This the big thing with Friday is going to be Sami Zayn and the Usos trying to get. Well, they're going to probably draw that out especially with
Better.
Roman. You got Roman, Sammy, the Usos, and everybody trying to bring back the original bloodline back together because in about 2.5 weeks they're going to be fighting inside a steel cage. Now, I heard a little rumor that they're supposed to be incorporating NXT into War Games, which I don't think that that's going to happen. Because they're setting up the qualifier matches leading into Deadline. Deadline is literally a week or two after NXT War Games. That's too much of a turnaround. It's too much. Like, it literally is 2 weeks after War Games. Nah. They're not incorporating none of NXT in there. And if they do, it'd be very interesting to see how they would do that. But maybe the people who don't qualify, one of them might pop up in War Games for the women. But if it was 3 War Games matches, it wouldn't work. It would be too long. The show would be too long, and we have too much going on. And we need the break with War Games. War Games is a demanding, taxing match that it takes a lot to watch a War Games match, honestly. So hopefully they will leave it as it is, build the teams up the way that I think they're going to build them, and leave NXT out of it. And maybe they can plan to have NXT in War Games next year. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I know everybody's having a rough time, or some people are, others aren't. Live your best life. But just know that these days will be fleeting. Give yourself some time and some grace, relax, and chill. Okay. We will get through it just like we got through it the last time.
Get a bottle of
Ah,
Henny.
don't be like Kenny. Don't drink your troubles away, please. Please
You'll be
don't.
alright.
Please don't.
Just have a
On
coke
that
with
note,
ya.
I can't wear her. War Games, Survivor Series War Games is on the 30th of November. It's literally a week apart. War Games is on the 30th, and then that following week is deadline. So No, they're not going to be involved in War Games at all. So, yeah. I don't think that's coming. War Games is on the 30th. The next one is going to be Saturday Night Main Event on December 14th. I want to say it's December 14th, which we got the lineup here. Yeah, it is the 14th. Saturday Night Main Event is the 14th. They're going to be in New York. Then Royal Rumble is going to be in Indianapolis, and that's going to be on the 1st of February. So you're going to have about a month in between with about a month and a half in between with no PLEs. That's going to require a lot of time off for a lot of people, which I would be taking advantage of that if I was WWE Superstars, because that's that European schedule in March. Craziness. Then we have WrestleMania in Vegas on the 19th and 20th, and then we have SummerSlam on August 2nd and 3rd in New Jersey. Okay, so we got a lot to look forward to. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I will see you guys Friday, and we'll talk about all the mess that happened Friday on SmackDown. Take tomorrow, get yourselves together, relax, regroup, and go ahead and live your lives, okay? It's not the end of the world. I know it feels that way, but it is not. We will get through it just like we got through it the last time. Have a good night. Bye.
If you don't wanna see me, if you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me, baby? But look at where I ended up. I'm okay already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not